Is my screen is visible to you now? Okay. So let's start. What I was saying in the previous class, what we are studying in the previous class was simply metals and non-metals dear students. Okay. So let's start with this one. Okay. Let's have some 10 minutes for the previous topic that we have studied, because what we are going to study today in the previous class, I think we discussed the physical properties of metals and non-metals. Is there anyone who can tell me the topic? Ammar, Madiha, Ridwan, Zeba, please tell me which topic we were studying in the previous class. Tell me fast. Won't remember or don't join the class previous. I didn't join the previous class. Okay, great.
So we were learning.
So let's discuss the very important part of this chapter. Dear student, let's start. So first of all, I'm going to explain you that how.
Hello.
Yeah, is I'm audible to you?
Yes.
Okay.
So we were learning about H plus.
Yeah. What you are saying, but please pardon. Your voice is breaking. Your voice is not audible. Okay. Yes, student, let's start. So what we are going to start today is how to write 10 minutes for how to write the chemical formula for the compound. Okay. How to write the chemical formula for the compound. For example, can anybody here in the class can tell me what's the formula for aluminium phosphate? Aluminium phosphate, zinc sulfate, sodium hydrogen carbonate, okay, sodium zincate. Is anybody in the class can tell me the formula? Yeah, we were learning about the electrons. Okay, the physical properties we're going to discuss. Okay, we have started the metals and non-metals, and we were discussing about the electrons. Yes, I got your point. So first of all, we are just discussing the 10 minutes for writing from the first chapter. This question is from the first chapter. That is, and this we learn in the first chapter. That is chemical equations and reaction. Because it is very important that you must know how to write the chemical formula. If you don't know how to write the chemical formula of the compound, you will not be able to you will not be able to write or learn anything in the chemistry. So it is very important. So is there in the class who can tell me the formula for aluminium phosphate? Okay, zinc sulfate. Hashid, Zeba, Ridwan, Madiha, Ammar, anyone? Nobody. Nobody is there. Okay. So dear students, first of all, we need to Al PO4. Okay. Zinc sulfate. ZnSO4. And the formula for sodium zincate? Do you know what the formula for sodium zincate? Is my voice is clearly audible to everybody without any lagging, or is my voice is clearly audible to everybody?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's move further, dear students. What I need to do, Na2ZnO4, Na2ZnO2. No, it is incorrect. So let discuss. I will, after the class, I will give you this valency chart. Okay, this is the valency chart that I'm going to provide you. After the class, you will get. Dear students, you need to learn this valency chart because this is very important for the examination point of view and for learning the. This is means if you learn this chart properly, then definitely there will be all the formula regarding to or related to your exams. You will able to write all the formula that is in chemistry is going to, you are going to have in your 10th standard. You will be able to write properly each and every formula. Okay, so what is that? That for example, here it is written that potassium is going to have +1 valency. If it is plus only plus sign with no number, it means it is going to have +1 valency. Like sodium is going to have +1 valency, copper is going to have +1 valency, mercury is going to have +1 valency, silver is going to have +1 valency, ammonium is going to have +1 valency, hydrogen is going to have +1 valency. Similarly, there are some elements that are also going to have -1 valency, like that Cl minus is going to have -1 valency. Bromide ion is going to have -1 valency. Iodide ion is going to have -1 valency. Hydroxide ion is going to have -1 valency. Okay. Hydrogen carbonate is HCO3. Hydrogen carbonate is HCO3. It is also called bicarbonate. It is being written here. So it is HCO3 -1 means it is going to have, if there is no number written, only minus sign is there, it means it is going to have -1 valency. Hydrogen sulfide HSO3, hydrogen sulfate HSO4, nitrite. This is nitrite and nitrate. The difference between nitrite and nitrate is ATE and ITE. And here the difference is NO2 and NO3 minus. So it is important that you must learn how to write the formula of this compound. And for this, you need to learn this valency. This calcium is going to have +2 valency, carbonate ion is going to have +2 valency, magnesium is going to have +2 valency, sulfite ion is going to have -2 valency. This is SO3, but the valency of this is -2. This is sulfate ion is SO4, but the valency of SO4 ion is -2. Sulfide, these look at this sulfite, sulfate, and sulfite. They are similar to each other, but their formula is different. Sulfite, ITE, ATE, and IDE, sulfide. That is -2. Sulfide is -2. Oxide is -2. Dichromate ion, zincate ion, ZnO2. Okay, this zincate that I have given you in the question, that zincate is ZnO2. Okay, so when you learn this formula with the help of this chart, you will be able to learn and write the formula. Once it will be harder for you because you cannot learn all the formula in 1 or 2 days. So practice this every day. Will give you some questions in everyday homework that write the formula of this compound, and after that word you will be able to write the correct formula of the compound. Okay, so let's discuss, dear students. Let's discuss that how can we write the formula for the compound. For example, here again, look at this. This is aluminium. It is going to have +3 valency, and oxide is going to have -2 valency. So how we will able to write the formula of this aluminium oxide? How can I write the formula of this aluminium oxide? You know that aluminium is going to have +3 valency that you have written, and oxygen is going to have +2, sorry, -2. Don't write plus and minus because it is already understandable. So what we need to do is we need to cross multiply these two terms, and we will get Al2O3. This 2 and 3. So again, if you look at this chart, and you will find that aluminium is with Al +3, and this phosphate ion you will find in this chart, it will be PO4 -3. Okay, PO4 -3. So both of them are going to have +3 and -3. So when we have in such condition that both of them are going to have the same charges in plus and minus, then what simply is that this get cancelled. Nothing is going to multiply cross multiply, and you will able to write AlPO4. Got it? Got it? And similarly for zincate ion. Yes. Similarly for the zincate ion, what you need to do here is, okay, what you need to do here is simply for zincate ion Zn. Okay. So if you are writing zincate, sodium, sorry, you are going to write here, and that is the formula for sodium hydrogen carbonate. Formula for sodium hydrogen carbonate would be Na is sodium, and hydrogen carbonate you will find, Na you will find in the chart will be Na positive, and hydrogen carbonate with the HSCO3 minus, air only minus sign. It is indicating that it is minus. When you multiply these two terms, you will get NaHCO3 because both of them are going to have same. Got it? Got it? Similarly, you will find that this sodium is going to have +1 valency, and the zincate here you see in the chart, that is zincate ion. That is, this is the zincate ion ZnO2, and this is with -2 charge, ZnO2. Okay. So moving forward to this one is ZnO2. ZnO2 is one entity, single entity. Okay. So it is going to have +1, and ZnO2 is going to have 2 valence. ZnO2 is with -2 charge here. So when you multiply these two terms, you will get Na2ZnO2. Dear student, understood? Understood my point, everyone? Zeba, Riyad, Amar, Jasleen, everyone understood that how to write the formula of the compound?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me write some valency for you, and then you need to tell me that how can we write the formula for the compound. Okay, got it? So let me explain. Okay, dear students. Wait a minute. What I'm doing here is,
Sir, can you show that chart, sir?
what I can show?
That chart, the chart of that compound valency.
Chart for the valency. Okay, this is the chart for the valency, and we will send it to you. Okay. Okay.
Can you
Beta.
scroll down?
Yeah, this one is. We will send you. Now this whole chart we're going to send you in the homework. Don't worry about it. Don't take the screenshot for this one. Okay. I'm going to send it to you. Don't worry about it. Okay. Now moving to the next point is, how can we move to this one? Okay. The next is, wait a minute. Yes, there is some problem. Let me take the technical team. Wait a minute. So dear students, okay. Okay, now I'm audible. Is I'm audible?
Yes.
So let's move further, dear students. Okay, let's move further. So this is the way that you are going to write the formula of this compound. For example, if I'm going to give you, everybody need to participate in this one. If I'm going to give you the valency chart, okay. Let's suppose if I'm writing here, okay, that if I'm writing, that is the formula. Find out the formula of calcium hydrogen carbonate. Calcium hydrogen carbonate. If the valency of calcium is +2 and that of hydrogen carbonate is -1, tell me what should be the formula of calcium hydrogen carbonate? Tell me fast.
Ca3HCO.
Ca3. No, this will be calcium with valency 2.
Yeah, HO.
Okay. Then you need to multiply it. Sorry, this is going to have valency 1. So you need to cross multiply this one. Okay. And then you will get calcium and the hydrogen carbonate SCO3. And then you need to multiply it by 2. Got it? Got it, dear student? Why we need to multiply it? Because this will be considered as single entity. Single entity. Okay. Understood? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Again, last, then you need to tell me what should be the formula of ammonium sulfate, ammonium sulfate. If you find that the formula for ammonium is NH4 1 positive and that is of SO4 is -2, what should be the formula of ammonium sulfate?
uh, NH4 into 2 and SO4. Yeah. And
This will be
4
NH4.
into 2 SO4.
Okay, we don't write here. Okay, we don't write this. We just need this one to just write the formula. Na2 ammonium is NH4 and SO4 is 2. Then you need to cross multiply these two terms. Okay, whatever the valency here, we need to write it down. जो ऊपर whatever written at the upper side, you have to write it down here. Okay, don't write this for it at the. Okay, got it. So what we need to do here is now cross multiply. That will become NH4 because this is becoming as a single entity. You see that this is single entity, and it is having more than one term, that is nitrogen and hydrogen. So we need to multiply it by 2, and then this is ammonium sulfate. Okay, formula for this one is ammonium sulfate. Now the revision topic. Should I move forward?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
actually, one second.
Okay.
So we don't need to just multiply, right? We can just put the bracket there and just keep it there like that, right?
Yeah, you can put. Yeah, you have to. This is not multiplication. Simply, we have to keep in this bracket because this is more than one entity. So we need to put the bracket. If, for example, if I'm writing here sodium sulfate, that is sodium is going to have 1 and SO4 is going to have 2. So in this case, Na is only a single entity. Sodium, Na stands for sodium. So we don't need to write it like this way, Na whole bracket 2 and SO4 minus. We don't need to write it like this way. We just write here simply Na2SO4 because this is single entity. Na is here is single entity. Here NH4 with nitrogen and hydrogen is acting as NH4 is acting as a single entity. So we need to write it here because this 2 is being multiplied with this hydrogen and this 2 is also multiplied with this nitrogen also. Got it? During the balancing of chemical equations, you need to learn this. Okay, understood?
Yes.
Everybody understood? So this is how we write the formula of the compound. Got it? So let's move further and we'll discuss some other topic in the next class. Let's move towards the metals and non-metals. Okay, dear students. So let's move towards metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metals. In the previous class, we were discussing what are metals and what are non-metals. Okay, what are metals?
We're discussing that ore and mineral.
What?
Discussing ore and mineral.
We were discussing ore and minerals. Ore and minerals. We were discussing ore and minerals. So today we will proceed to this one now. Further. So before that, have you studied the chemical properties of metals and non-metals properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me ask you a simple question. Because we are just studying for scoring 100% marks in mathematics and science. So okay, it's our wish, or this is our effort that you know everything. Every concept must be clear. So tell me, here's a simple question. I'm writing here copper when react with H2SO4, what it will form? Tell me. And next is what it will form. First you need to tell me. And the second one is what would happen when sodium react with water, chilled water. What will it form? Then we'll proceed to the that metallurgy part, that occurrence of metal question. Is there anyone who can tell me what happened when copper react with H2SO4, sulfuric acid?
CuSO4 plus H2.
CuSO4 plus H2, according to you, according to students. Okay. And in this case, what would happen when sodium react with water? Because there are so many questions that is being asked, okay, on the basis of chemical properties of metals and non-metals. So we need to understand these very thoroughly. Otherwise, it will create a problems. So what would happen when sodium react with water? Tell me fast, we don't have option. Oh.
NaOH and plus H2.
Okay. So dear students, let discuss the very important portion, that is the chemical properties. Yeah, I'm listening you. I'm listening you. You said that NaOH plus hydrogen gas will be formed. Okay. So tell me what will happen when copper react with water? Copper react with water, what would happen? Okay, yes. Your voice is lagging. Okay, dear students, let's discuss the chemical properties of metal. Then we'll do the metallurgical, because this is very important and so many questions is being asked from this topic. There will be no reaction will take place, and in this case also no reaction will take place. Will take place. So let's discuss the chemical properties of metal first, so that you can understand it more better. Okay, chemical properties. Everybody need to write it down properly. And if there is problem in any voice communication or something, please let me know. Okay. Chemical properties of metals. So let understood. Chemical properties of metals. The first property of metal is whenever metal is going to react, metals are going to react with acids. They produce salt plus hydrogen gas. Understood? They produce salt plus, hydrogen gas, not this is hydrogen gas. Okay. So this is the common property that metals when react with acid, they produce salt plus hydrogen gas. But this is not true for all metals. There is stars. There is a stars terms and condition. T and C apply. What is this terms and condition? That metal should be more reactive than hydrogen in the reactivity series. In the reactivity series. Okay, dear students. For example, what is this reactivity series? That is potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, tin, lead, hydrogen, okay, copper, silver, okay, gold, Au gold, platinum. So those metals that are above hydrogen can react with acid. Those metals that are below hydrogen don't react with acid. Don't react with acids. Okay, they don't react with acid. Why is it so? Because actually when acid, let's suppose I'm writing here HCl, when react with Na, it form NaCl plus hydrogen gas. Looking to this one, what is happening here is that sodium is displacing hydrogen from acid. So what is this? This is a type of displacement reaction. It is a type of displacement reaction. You know what is displacement reaction? Tell me, dear students, fast tell me. It is a displacement reaction? Tell me, is it a displacement reaction? Reaction between acid and metals, is it a displacement reaction? Yes, it is a displacement reaction, dear student. It is a displacement reaction. Why it is? Why it is so? Tell me fast. Because sodium is more reactive. What is? Tell me what is displacement reaction? Do everybody know? What is displacement reaction that we studied in the first chapter? You know what is displacement reaction? In displacement reaction, the more reactive element, displacement reaction in, tell me. In displacement reaction,
More concentration to low concentration.
okay, more reactive element displaces the less reactive element, the less
Reactive.
reactive element from its compound, okay. For example, if I put copper sulfate solution in zinc, it will displace, zinc will displace and will form ZnSO4 plus Cu. Okay, so zinc is more reactive. Zinc is
More reactive.
more reactive. Yeah, zinc is more reactive. So it is displacing. In the similar way, you see here that here sodium is more reactive than hydrogen here. So it will displace the hydrogen from acid and will form sodium chloride. You understood? You understood?
Yes, sir.
But if in case, if I'm just putting here H2SO4 when react with sodium, what would happen? Name the compound form. Tell me fast.
NaSO4 plus H2.
NaSO4 plus H2. But this is correct, but there is some problem. What is that problem? That you need to write the correct formula. Write the correct formula. Beta, write the correct formula. Okay.
Na2SO4.
Yes. Don't merge it with this one. NaSO4. The correct formula for sodium valency is 1. SO4 is 2. When you cross multiply these two, you will get Na2SO4. Understood? Understood. The correct formula is H2SO4 plus sodium when it will gives you Na2SO4 plus hydrogen gas. Got it, beta? Got it, everybody? Understood? We can balance it later, that we can put it, but we can put here too so that it can be balanced. Okay, understood? So let's move further. Let's move further. Are you writing this one? Or should I send it to you after the class?
Sir,
What
can
I'm
you
writing?
send it?
Yeah, we will send you this PPT, but you need to understand and you have to, every student must note that and keep in mind here that if you really want to score very good marks in your examinations, then you must prepare this clean and fair notes of everything that is being taught in your class. It is very important for you that you must write each and everything properly and make a separate copy for chemistry, physics, and biology. In mathematics, don't merge your notes with in a single copy with sometime you write physics there, sometime you write chemistry there. No, we write each and everything that is being asked in the examination. So please, every student must note that they must have to prepare separate copy for each and everything that is being taught in the class, each for each subject, and must prepare their notes, fair notes for everything. Okay, so let's move further. Let's move further. Now moving to this part is that when copper comes in the copper is coming with and reacting with HCl. So here no reaction will take place. No reaction will take place. Why? Place because
Cu is less reactive.
yeah. So you see that copper comes below hydrogen. Copper comes below hydrogen. Okay, copper comes below hydrogen in the reactivity series. Okay, dear student, you understood? So
Yes.
yeah, we simply write copper is less reactive than hydrogen. Everybody understood? Let me know. Everybody understood? Why do coppers or those metals that's come below hydrogen in the reactivity series do not react? Because this is a displacement reaction between metals and acid. Reaction between metals and acid is simple a displacement reaction. And metals must be more reactive than hydrogen in order to produce hydrogen gas. Okay, got it?
Yes,
Now, a familiar questions come from this one is that you know that sometime it is being asked a question comes that why do sour substance like curd should not be kept in metals utensils like aluminium, zinc, copper, etc. Why should not be kept?
because it reacts with metals, copper, and aluminum.
Yeah, because simple, you know that actually what you need to know about the salt, that when acid react with metals, they form salt plus hydrogen gas.
Hydrogen gas.
Okay, but you know that when, like for example, if I'm just taking example of HCl, when react with Na, it form NaCl plus hydrogen gas. Okay, this NaCl can be consumed by our body. That this can be consumed by our body. Okay, but your student need to mention here, you need to note it down, that you need to keep in mind that every salt cannot be digested by our body. It might be poisonous. For example, zinc phosphate, Zn3PO4 whole twice. This is zinc phosphate. This is used to kill rats. Used to kill rats. Okay. And the similar way, aluminium phosphate, AlPO4. This is aluminium phosphate. Aluminium phosphate, and this is used to poison a man or human beings. Okay. This is used to poison human beings. Used to poison human beings. Okay.
So can we make this in home?
We can make it. Why you need to make this at home? No, this is not be. Aluminium phosphate is also not found in the laboratory, because know that student can use it and accidentally and can harm themselves.
Yes, right.
Okay, so that's why this is not kept in laboratory also. Only those salts will be allowed in the laboratory that is not poisonous. Okay, so if I kept something that is like salt in aluminium, like sour substance. Okay, so when sour substance, what does sour substance have? They have acids. So when they react with metal, aluminium, utensils. Okay, so what would happen? They will form salt plus hydrogen gas, and this salt may be poisonous. This salt may be poisonous. Okay, which can harm our body. Or can change the taste of food. Okay, you understood? That why should we not kept the sour substance in the metals utensils? Because sour substance contain acids. Sour substance contain, everybody let me know. Do you confirm? You know the answer for this question, that why should sour substance? This is from NCERT and this is important question. You understood that why should sour substance should not be kept in metals like utensil, aluminium, copper, zinc should not be kept?
Acid.
Yeah, because when it react, metals can react, the sour substance contain acids, and it can react and form salt, which may be poisonous and can harm our body. So these questions you have to write the answers in your notebook. Okay, I will check it later. I will give you in the assignment this question. Okay, so you need to write it down. Okay, should I move further?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Sir, curd can't be kept in metals,
Yes.
but I kept
Sour substance. Curd can, yeah, usually, but the curd gives a means when you continuously keep, steel is different thing, because steel utensils generally do not react with the they do not react with the acids. They behave as unreactive metals. Steel, But in case of aluminum metal, if you are putting, then you will see that the guard which is attached to the layer of metal have different taste. I'm sure. Taste that cord which is attached with the aluminum vessels, okay, it will have different taste. It will be some it will be some poisonous, not poisonous, but it will be having some different taste other than cord. Okay, got it. So let's move further. Let's move further, dear students. There is another questions that metals, we write that metals when react with acid, they produce salt plus hydrogen gas. Okay, for example, if I'm writing here zinc when react with H2SO4 will gives you salt plus hydrogen gas. Okay, the condition for metal should be what was the condition? Tell me fast. What was the condition? What was the condition? That metal should be more reactive than hydrogen. Tell me what was the condition for metal? That metal should be more reactive than hydrogen. But there is also a condition for acids also. If zinc when react with HNO3, this water will convert it, this hydrogen gas will convert into water. So why HNO3 do not produce hydrogen gas when react with metals? Tell me. Because HNO3 is an oxidizing agent. This is question from NCERT examiner that why metals why HNO3 do not react with metals to produce hydrogen gas. It produces water instead. Why it is produce water? Because HNO3 is, yes, it is a strong oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent. What is it? Tell me. It is a strong oxidizing agent. You understood? You understood?
Yes, sir.
So if the questions come that why do HNO3 is nitric acid. What is a nitric acid? Okay. HNO3 is nitric acid. Why do HNO3 nitric acid do not produce hydrogen gas on reaction with metals. So answer is, tell me, the answer is HNO3. Note it down in the copy. Please write it down now. HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. It oxidize the H plus ions of acids to form water, and itself get reduced to nitrogen oxides. Nitrogen oxide such as NO2 or N2O5, etc. Okay. HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. What is HNO3? HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent which oxidize the hydrogen ion. The hydrogen ion of acids, like for example, this is HCl. Sorry, this is not okay. The HNO3 is going to give you the hydrogen ions. Na? So this HNO3 ions, instead of forming the hydrogen gas, what it form? Tell me what it form. It form water, H2O, because it is a strong oxidizing agent. Oh, okay. So it form water. You understood? Everybody understood?
Yes.
But there are still two metals. It is very important, very important, beta. This is very important. Everybody need to understood this one. But very important. It is being asked in so many times in the examination. Very important. That is there are two metals. There are two metals. Okay. There are two metals. One is One is magnesium, and another one is manganese. Okay, one is magnesium, another one is manganese, which on reaction with nitric acid, nitric acid can produce hydrogen gas. For example, HNO3 when react with magnesium, it will gives you what? Tell me what hydrogen gas will be produced, because this is magnesium metal HNO3, nitric acid. Tell me fast, we don't have time.
MgNO3 plus H.
MgNO3 is not the correct formula. Tell me what should be the correct formula for this compound. Tell me, dear student, what should be the correct formula for this compound? The valency for magnesium, I am writing here, magnesium valency is 2 and that of NO3 is nitrate ion is -1. Tell me.
MgNO3 into 2.
Mg will be 2 and NO3 will be 1. Cross multiplied, you will get MgNO3 whole twice. You understood? MgNO3 whole twice. Okay. Other students understood?
Yes,
Other
sir.
students, Ammar, Hashid, Jaslin, Ridwan, Zeba, everybody understood?
Yes, sir.
Sure? 100% sure?
So,
Okay. Okay, let's move. Is there any student who is having doubt? Please let me know. Is there any student who is having doubt regarding to this one, beta? Don't shy. Don't hesitate to ask any question, because this will downgrade your marks. If you hesitate now, you will not be able to learn. If you are having any problem, if you are having any doubt, please ask. Feel free to ask. Don't shy. Okay. Should I move to the next topic? Let everybody tell me. Should I move to the next property? Zeba, Madiha, Ridwan. Zeba, are you there? Zeba, are you there in the class? Let me write the name of Zeba. Is not answering my questions when she is not in the class. Ridwan, are you there in the class? Okay.
yes, sir, I'm speaking.
Okay. Jaslyn, are you there in the class?
Yes, sir.
Hashid, are you there in the class? Okay. Madiha, are you there in the class? Zeba, are you there? Last time asking you, Zeba, are you there in the class? Okay. Let's move further, dear students. Let's move further to the next topic, that is acids when, sorry, we were discussing the properties of metals, and that is metals when react with, okay, that is metals, next property, that is metals when react with water, dear student. When react with water, they form what? They form metal hydroxide. Hydroxide is slash metal oxide plus hydrogen gas. Note it down, please, properly. Everybody note it down properly, that metals when react with water, they form what? Metal hydroxide slash metal oxide. Okay. Let me text. The Reva is not answering. Okay, let's move further. Dear students, you need to keep in mind what is the
arrow mark that after the H2 arrow mark.
this.
No, not that. Metal plus H2.
H2O gives you metal hydroxide. Okay, they are the four elements, dear students. They are the four elements you need to keep in mind. Yes, dear students, we will share. We will try to share the notes. Okay, but it is very important that you need to keep in mind that you need to attend the class. We will give you the backup class also. If any students is there who has not attended the class of first and second chapter, we will give you the backup class. But please do not miss the class from next time. Okay. So let's move further, dear students. They are the four metals only. They are the four metals. Which one? Potassium, sodium, calcium, and magnesium. They are the four metals. When they react with water, they form metal hydroxide. You keep in mind, they are the only four metals. Other metals only form oxide, like aluminium, iron, zinc, okay, lead. When they react with metals, water, they form only oxide. Oxide. Why? Why these four metals? Why these four metal forms hydroxide? Why these metals form hydroxide? Dear students, tell me. Is there anyone in the class who can tell me? Okay.
They are more reactive.
Yeah, because they are more reactive. Yes. Is there anyone? Okay. So they are more reactive. Let me explain you. For example, if I am taking the example of sodium, Na, and Na when react with water, it forms first initially it form Na2O, that is sodium oxide. Why I'm writing Na2O instead of writing Na? Because the valency of Na is 1 and O is 2. To cross multiply, you will found Na2O. Okay, plus hydrogen gas is liberated out. Okay, but this metal oxide is very reactive, and it further react with water. It further react with water, dear students. It further react with water. So step 2, this Na2O will also react with the water that is present in the vessel, okay, and will form NaOH. That is, you can balance. It is 2 sodium, this is 2 sodium, this is 1 oxygen, 2 oxygen atoms. So this is 2 oxygen atom, this is 2 hydrogen atoms, 2 hydrogen atom. Okay, so it is balanced. So you need to keep in mind here that this sodium oxide is water soluble. Okay, this is water soluble, dear student, and it can further dissolve with water. Okay, got it? Got it? Similarly, the calcium oxide is also reactive. Similarly, the calcium oxide is also reactive, and it can also, when it react with water, it form calcium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. You understood? You understood? Got it? So you need to keep in mind here that the overall reaction for this one, what is the overall reaction for this one? The overall reaction for this one, what we get? And actually sodium is reacting. We don't get this Na2O because it further react with water. So the overall reaction, what we get here is overall reaction, what we get is Na when react with, okay, Na when react with water, okay, Na when react with water, it form NaOH plus hydrogen gas, dear student. It form NaOH plus hydrogen gas plus 2. It do not form intermediate, that is NO2. Similarly for the calcium when react with water, it form calcium hydroxide. How I'm writing this formula of calcium hydroxide? Because the valency of calcium is 2 and that of hydroxide is 1. When you multiply this by 2, you will get CaOH whole twice, dear student. What you will get? The formula. Please note, keep in mind that, dear student, you need to learn how to write the formula of the compound. Otherwise, you will going to get the silly mistake, and this mistake will eat up your all marks. It will downgrade your marks. Okay. So this is very important that you must know how to write the correct formula. Instead of writing calcium hydroxide, like if you write this one like this way, this will be incorrect. So this word calcium when react with water, it form calcium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas, dear student. Okay. Similarly, when Magnesium react with water. It form what? Magnesium hydroxide. The correct formula for this one is plus hydrogen gas. And okay, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now moving to the next one. But in case of aluminium, let's suppose, okay, aluminium when react with water, it do not form hydroxide. Why? Because it form Al2O3 in the first step and then hydrogen gas. But this Al2O3 is not water soluble. Not water soluble, dear student. It does not further react with water. So it only form Al2O3. Similarly, when iron react with aluminium, or zinc react with aluminium, zinc react with water. Okay. Similarly, when zinc react with, let me explain you here. That is when zinc react with water, it form what? It forms zinc oxide plus hydrogen gas, dear student. It does not form zinc hydroxide. Similarly, when iron Fe react with water, it form Fe3O4 plus hydrogen gas. Okay, so you need to memorize. But what is the main type of question that you are going to get in your examination from this content that we have studied? It is their condition, dear student. It is their conditions. What is that? That thing, that is their conditions. That water, at what condition the metals are reacting with water. Okay, note it down very importantly. Note it down very importantly that you need to keep in mind here that, dear students, that sodium and potassium react with water at all temperature. Okay, sodium and potassium react with water at all temperature, dear students. Sodium and potassium react with water at all temperature means react with water at all temperature, whether it is ice, whether it is chilled water, hot water, cold water, everything. But there is a condition for calcium, that is it can react with cold water. Cold water. It can react with cold water. You understood? It can react with cold water, dear students. Okay, you understood? Cold water, but it can also
react with.
It means it can react with hot water also, but do not react with ice. Do not react with ice. Do not react with ice. Okay, dear student, you understood?
Sodium react with ice.
Sodium can even react with ice. Okay, can react with ice. Okay, dear students, sodium and potassium. Sodium and potassium. Let me write here the equation of potassium also. Okay. So that you can understood that sodium, potassium when react with water. Okay, dear student, it will gives you what? Potassium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Okay. So these are the two equations that you need to write it. Okay. These are the two equations. The main equation for this one is this. And this one. Someone has unmuted. Please mute your mic. Okay. Now moving to the next portion is, we are just going to finish the class, but just take 2 or 3 minutes. The condition for, as we are moving, let me write here the condition for the condition that how it is reacting. I have written the that I'm writing here: potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, okay, aluminium, zinc, iron. Okay, condition that it can react with ice, okay, and cold water also, okay, and hot water also, means it can react with any kind of water. Calcium react with cold water. It can also react with hot water, but the minimum condition is that it can react with cold water. It does not react with ice. Magnesium react with hot water. So sometime it is being asked that a metals which is X and react with hot water. So just keep in mind Most of the time you need to understood here that magnesium is that metal that react with hot water. Okay, got it? And the last, the aluminium.
only reacts with hot water.
Many other elements can, above element can also react with hot water. Okay. The condition for hot water is for magnesium, but other elements above element can also react with this. Okay. Okay, but it does not react with cold water. Magnesium do not react with cold water. Okay.
Only
Got it?
reacts with hot
Hot
water.
water. Don't react with
Ice and cold water.
yes with cold water. Okay. You need to keep in mind here that aluminium react with steam, dear student. React with steam means the hot water should be steam. Okay. Okay, dear student, understood? This will be steam. Steam meaning gas. Okay, zinc. It is also react with steam. And iron, it also react with steam. But the condition for iron is that the iron should be red hot. Iron should be red hot, dear student. Should be red hot.
Red means
Red
rust,
hot.
right?
Yes.
Very thin.
Yeah, it should be red hot. Means when you are having the iron, then it should be red hot. Okay. So let me write the correction here. That what is missing here? That I'm writing here water, but it should be in gas. It should be in gas. Okay. It should be in gas. It can be liquid, but hot. Okay. Got it, dear student? And calcium, water should be cold water. Okay. So generally it is being asked. Now today we have studied the next question. That today for today's homework, I'm going to give you a homework that you need to do it by your own. Then I will discuss in the next class. Okay, dear students. First of all, why do calcium float on the surface of? This is the homework, and you need to discuss by your own. Why do calcium float on the surface of water? Surface of water. I'm going to explain you orally, but you need to write it by your own because you are going to get this in homework. For example, this is water. Okay. And you have what you have here is this. This is the calcium metal. Okay. Since calcium metal is very reactive, so on reaction with water, it produces hydrogen gas. Okay. It produces calcium when react with water, it produces calcium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. This hydrogen gas get bubbled on the surface of calcium and produce a buoyant force. That uplift, that help in calcium floating. Okay. So that is the sufficient amount of hydrogen is produced instantly. That because it is very reactive. So it produces hydrogen gas at a very faster rate. So that's why, dear student, the hydrogen gas that is produced provide the upward force or the buoyant force that make the calcium to float on the surface of water. So you need to mark it. Okay. One thing is that why sodium and potassium do not float on the surface of water? Because why do sodium and potassium when react with water do not float? Why they don't float? Actually, in this case, dear student, the reaction is so exothermic. Reaction is so exothermic that the heat liberated out during the reaction let the hydrogen catch fire. Let the hydrogen gas to catch fire. You understood? That's why you have seen in so many YouTube videos when we put this when we put this sodium and potassium in the water, it explodes. Why? Because this reaction is so spontaneous that the hydrogen gas produce let the hydrogen means the heat produces so much that it burns the hydrogen gas. and hydrogen gas is very explosive. It bursts, it burns with a blast. Okay, you understood why do when we put hydrogen, sorry, sodium in water, it explode. Why it explode? You understood? You understood?
Yeah, because it's so active or something.
Yes, sir.
The reaction is, and one and last and final question, that it is also reaction of metal with water is also exothermic process, dear student. Is also displacement reaction, is also displacement reaction. It is also displacement reaction, dear students. So those metals that are above hydrogen, actually this is displacing the hydrogen from here, water, from this water. This is removing the hydrogen, that hydrogen is coming from water. So those metals that are above hydrogen in the reactivity series can react with water. Okay. For example, if you write copper and water, no reaction will take place. No reaction. Why? Because copper is less reactive than hydrogen. You understood? You understood, dear student? Everyone understood?
Yes, sir.
Everybody is there any student who is having doubt right now? Is there any student who is having doubt to any topic?
Sir, if we make a ship using sodium, will the ship burst?
Yeah, it bursts. You can find go onto the YouTube and see the video sodium reaction with water. They will see that there will be an explosions. Okay, because sodium when added to water it explodes because the hydrogen gas produced is so means the hydrogen gas produced and the heat is also produced. So that heat produced led the hydrogen gas to catch fire. Okay, so I'm just sending this note to you, and you have to make the proper note of this and make the proper assignment. I'm going to give you the homework also. That please note it down. Okay, dear student, that's all for today. We'll meet you in the next one. Okay, everybody understood? Is there anyone who is having some doubt? No?
Yeah, one doubt, sir.
Okay.
When like it catches fire,
Yes.
does it makes a gas also produced, right, sir?
Yeah, gas is not, we cannot collect that gas because in that case, the gas is burned. And when hydrogen burns with oxygen, it gives you water. So in this case, we cannot collect this hydrogen gas. Actually, hydrogen gas is produced, but it burns instantly. And when hydrogen gas burns, what happens? It forms water. Okay, with explosion. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Is there any doubt?
No.
So that